Well, who would have thought that we'd have heard of Minnesota Guardian again? Anthony Michael Wickless. If you haven't already, I recommend watching the sentencing hearing, which you can find linked in the description to this video. Well, scrolling above, we have a recommendation of the probation officer, an order vacating stay of execution of the sentence. Anthony Michael Wickless, who was herefore on 28 June 2022, duly convicted of the crime of criminal sexual conduct, 5th degree non-consensual sexual contact, and assault, 5th degree fear of bodily harm or death, and on 28 June was sentenced to the custody of the superintendent of the Ramsey County Correctional Facility for a term of 360 days. The execution of sentence being stayed, whereby the said Anthony Michael Wickless was placed on probation supervision for a period of 2 years, pursuant to the order of the Honourable Kelly Childs, Judge of District Court, and the said Anthony Michael Wickless being now on probation to the Director of Ramsey County Community Corrections Department. And whereas it now appears that Anthony Michael Wickless has violated the terms and conditions of probation in the following particulars: failed to abide by the condition, speech marks, if allowed access to internet-capable devices, you will be required to subscribe to the internet monitoring service at your own cost as recommended by probation, close speech marks. And there's a description of the amount of times it took before he registered a device, his iPhone 12, on their service. However, it then appears that once registered, there were no transmissions on said device for 14 days. I suppose the implication being that he was using another device. Number 2, failed to abide by the condition, do not have any internet use unless approved in writing by your supervising agent. Understand that if computer use is allowed by the court and or your probation officer agreed to abide by and sign the stipulations of such use as stated in the Ramsey County Community Corrections Computer Usage and Monitoring Agreement for Probation Parole. This condition starts on the defendant's first meeting with probation officer. On 26 October, Mr. Wickless' iPhone 12 was obtained by probation and examined. It was discovered that Mr. Wickless was accessing social media. 2 additional Windows devices were also shown as being accessed. One Windows device Mr. Wickless did not disclose. The other disclosed Windows device, a Dell laptop, he was not allowed to use unless it was monitored by IPPC, which he had declined for that device. Mr. Wickless was asked to go directly home, get the Windows device he disclosed, and bring it back to probation for examination. 3 hours later, he returned with the device, but he had removed the hard drive. 3, failed to abide by the condition, do not use phone sex lines, internet phone chat lines, internet dating services, social networks, pornography, erotica, or any other sexually explicit, sexually orientated, or sexually stimulated material, or enter any strip clubs or adult bookstores unless specifically approved in writing by your probation officer. On the 1st of October, on his iPhone 12 Pro Max, Mr. Wickless accessed Private Delight, an escort service, and via text made arrangements for a sexual encounter. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. 4, there is probable cause to believe the defendant has failed to remain law-abiding. On 20 August, according to Hibbing Police Report, Mr. Wickless is listed as the driver of a vehicle involved in a crash. The case has submitted to prosecutors for 5 counts of criminal vehicular operation and 1 count of reckless driving. 5 occupants of the vehicle were injured. And that was signed by his probation officer on the 28th day of November. And additionally signed by Mark Elliott, Supervisor, Adult Courts Services Division. I have a copy of the unsigned warrant, which asks that the defendant is to be held in custody pending court appearance, and additionally that that appearance should be in front of the judge that sentenced him or their designated replacement. And there we have the details of Minnesota Guardian. Now, my understanding is that the warrant has been issued. However, I haven't yet found him appearing in custody, no doubt awaiting his judge, who will hopefully sentence him to serve the remaining 360 days inside, thus protecting private delights, I think that was the name of the escort service, from his business for a year. Thanks for watching.